Hello everyone, my name is Jordy Struck from the English Business House, and today we're going to be talking about the simple present. What is the simple present and when do we use it? These are very good questions, so let's get started. There are really two or three reasons that you would use the simple present. Now, the most common one is being your routines or your habits, like I play soccer on the weekend. So this is number one. The second one is usually with the be verb, and it's when we talk about facts of life. It can be something that's right now, like it is a beautiful day, or it can be something more general, like my name is Jordy. And these are really talking about facts of life or facts right now about the environment. A really nice one for that is I am happy. It's using the be verb, it's right now, I am happy, and generally as well, very happy guy. Now the third reason is a little more complicated. And the reason for that is that it's right now. And usually we do not use the simple present to talk about what's happening right now. That would be the present progressive, like I am speaking, you are listening, we are learning, etc. But we don't want to use that for when we use our senses. So if you say, I smell something delicious in the kitchen, you're talking about right now, but you're using the simple present. So this has to do with our senses. So maybe you say, I hear a bird, or I see an amazing car, or something like that. It's happening right now, but you're using the simple present, which is more commonly used for routines and habits, which don't talk about in the moment. They talk about kind of everyday life or your weekly habits or routines. Now, the last one, which I'm not putting here on the list, has to do with non-action verbs. With non-action verbs, things like own or have, you don't use the present progressive. So even if, you own or you're owning a car right now, you would say, I own a car, or I have a surfboard. You wouldn't say I'm having a surfboard. It doesn't work. So with non-action verbs, we really want to stick with the simple present, not the present progressive. All right, now we're gonna move on and we're gonna look at the structure bit of the simple present and make some examples. So the first form we're gonna look at is the positive or affirmative form. I like to call it the positive because I'm a pretty positive guy, so I like to keep it upbeat. Positive form is pretty simple. We're gonna use a fun verb, so to play. And to play would be the infinitive form, and now we're going to change it a bit to make it simple present. So we got to drop the to. We do I play, you play, he, she, it plays, we play, and they play. Now, if you're an English learner, I'm sure you're quite familiar with this. The thing that's the hardest to do with the simple present is the third person S. People forget it when they're speaking. They have trouble remembering that it only goes with the simple present and not other forms, but that's what you want to watch out for. Watch out for that S. So, to practice this form, dead simple. I play, you play, he plays, she plays, it plays, we play, they play. There you have it. Really dead simple construction. You can use any verb. If you want to go a little more serious, use the verb work. I work, you work, he works, she works, it works, we work, they work. By doing these small repetitions, you're going to become much more comfortable with the S for the third person. Really, it's the only thing you have to watch out for when using simple present as far as construction goes. So now we're going to go to the negative form. Now, negative form, you're going to have to use an auxiliary verb. So using an auxiliary verb means it's kind of like a helper verb. It helps you make your sentence construction. Negative form, simple present, we want to use the do verb as our auxiliary. We have our negative form here. And we want to do I do not play. You do not play. Now again, we have to watch out for third person S. He, she, it does not play. So here, you gotta watch out again. I'm gonna put it in a box here. You gotta remember that S. When we get back to we and they, same thing as the top construction. We do not play, they do not play. Now, we also have the abbreviated form. We'll put that here. You have don't and does. Oh, sorry, doesn't. So, I would suggest practicing with the abbreviated form. The only time that we're not going to use abbreviated is when we're writing a technical document or writing for school, something where we want to keep it a little more formal. When people speak, even in a formal context, they're going to use, informal language and blending and things like that, just because it's part of how we speak. So, for the spoken practice, I don't play, you don't play, he doesn't play, she doesn't play, it doesn't play, we don't play, they don't play. There you go. Once again, practicing is going to make you more comfortable with this negative verb tense in the simple present. All right, perfect. So we're going to move along now to the last one, which is question form, or if you want to be technical, interrogative form. So we have question. All right, we're gonna stick with to play. Now, we need to do a small operation here. The pronoun is no longer gonna come first. First, we're gonna use the do verb, the auxiliary verb, to form the question. So we have do I play? It's a very existential question. Usually wouldn't use I in a do question, but you have to know all the forms, so you might as well learn it. A more common one is, do you play? You can ask your friend, do you play soccer? Do you play foosball? Do you play hockey? Do you play the bongos? Something like that. Now we get once again to the third person, the only trouble area for simple present. We want to use does. So we say, does he play? Does she play? Does it play? Etc. So once again, I'm going to circle that S or square it off. We need to remember that one. So important. It's the only thing that's really going to trip you up with the simple present. So once again, if you want to practice this, you can do it with a friend. You can do something like, do you play soccer? Yes, I play soccer. No, I don't play soccer. And now you're both practicing together. There's a lot of ways to make it pretty easy. You don't have to make it complicated to still learn and progress in your English. So we've looked at the simple present. So just to recap, we use the simple present mostly to talk about habits and routines. So I play hockey on the weekend. This is one of my habits, my routines. I work every day, unfortunately. I study at a university. These are great sentences. Now, we also use it to talk about facts of life, like it is a beautiful day, or my father is 6 feet tall. Now we're talking about facts. It can be right now, or it can be a general fact that's sort of always there. And then the last thing that we do is we use it for our senses. So I see that it's a beautiful day, or I hear my friend calling me, or I hear my phone, something like that, our senses. We also use it for things like possession. However, this is generally how we use the simple present in English. Remember, not to be used for things that are happening right now. Happening right now is present progressive. We're going to talk about that too in another video. But right here we're looking at simple present. Remember, it's sort of things that always are. They always exist that way. All right? So like, I'm a happy guy. I teach English. I love delicious food. I love to travel. These are simple present sentences because they last always. I hope that you found this useful. If you have any questions or you'd like a little more information or anything like that, please feel free to comment on the video, reach out to us at englishbusinesshouse.com. We're really here to help and support our learners in the process of becoming more proficient in English. And if there's anything we can help you with, we're there. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.